Our place started actually more than 5 years ago when the lottery was looking at where in the country was applying for lottery funding, and they identified 7 areas that don't traditionally apply for lottery funding for whatever reason.
I mean, they would see their role as supportive. I think to a certain extent they led in the early stages because nobody really knew what was going on and what was possible. They've done a good job of slowly handing that over, empowering some of the smaller groups and some of the smaller committees to take over and kind of manage their own fates. They've done that with small amounts of cash injections where necessary, but mostly by support. They've helped me with funding for taking over this centre, and I think it's been that right from the start, coming in as say really leading and then slowly helping people to control their own fate, to get to this stage where they're ready to back away completely now and let us run for ourselves.
The access to training, also there's been training being put on by CEIS that gives longevity to any committee, giving people the confidence to feel that they can fill out all these official forms, and also using the right kind of language, I would say, on application forms, you know, recognising what kind of language people want to, without waffling on.
In 2016-17 when I met Judith McVinney, she was the very first person for our place that helped us, and unfortunately, it was actually nice, Judith went on maternity leave, and that's when I got to meet Zara Hedges. Zara, I absolutely love Zara, she's amazing, and she had big shoes to fill with Judith, but she managed it, so she did. And then Zara, she gave us guidance and stuff, because there was actually a point where I was ready to give up, lift everything, the stress, because I didn't really ken what to expect for doing all this community work. But Zara was the one that says to me, no, keep going, because you're doing a really good thing in your community and people need it. And like I said, so she was there for advice and stuff like that with me when I was ready just to throw the towel in, but she's been absolutely fantastic.
Just personally being able to sometimes say maybe your frustrations or what was going on with different things, and they were able to sort of take out the emotional part of it and come back down and say, well, yeah, you might not like that, or that might not how it beat you, but you know, could it work like that? And you're like, oh, it could, I suppose, yeah, you know what I mean, or yeah, that's not maybe as important I was thinking, or so that's been quite good, just to have that sounding board and I suppose voice coming back, because again, when you're working in with, it doesn't matter with the communities, with people, you know, and working spending a lot of time with people, and big events, small events, yeah, there's a lot of emotion, so it's quite nice for somebody just to look at the facts and go, well, okay, maybe it should be like this. So I would say that's probably been invaluable.
So it was a few years ago we looked to put in our application for the Our Place project, and we were lucky that we got a lot of support from Our Place and CEIS, and we were lucky that we were successful with our application. I think the Our Place project's helped us a lot because it's allowed us to have myself working in this area, solely kind of in this area, and I think putting a face to the organisation as well helps people in the community, because they become familiar to the organisation and they see myself and some of the other young guys that I've been able to work with, and they immediately recognise us, even without the kind of red tracksuit top on, walking down the street on a Saturday or a Sunday. People recognising you, and it's allowed us to be able to kind of build a project in this area which hopefully will become, well, is sustainable, and hopefully that project will be able to continue for a number of years. And I think that without the Our Place project, that maybe would have took us a lot longer. It would have took us a lot longer to kind of establish ourselves as much in the area as we have in the last year.
probably something that we haven't had the chance to do is to say thank you to CEIS and to the lottery, obviously. The two girls in particular that came down from CEIS and worked with everybody down here did an enormous amount of work, and I don't think people appreciate how much work they did. So I think they are due to be thanked. And they're not here anymore, and I don't know if people have had the chance to say thank you, but you know, if this is going on film, then I think it's fair to say, you know, that we owe them a great debt of thanks for the work that they did here.